Hello everyone, welcome to the new lesson. So you have dealt with frequency analysis for categorical variables, descriptive analysis for numeric variables. You learned how to use the group by method to implement your analytical skills for both categorical and numeric variables. And you have already learned the utilization of pivot tables for making decisions based on a big picture on the analysis you made. However, now you are going to measure the relationship between the categorical variables. In other words, you are going to see the way of dealing using cross tabulation. In the cross tabulation, you will be able to make comparative analysis, relative analysis, as well as you can also make some decision and recommendation by the utilization of one categorical variable to other. So let's see how we can do so by answering the data analytical question. So at first you can see this particular question where I can see that it asks under which sales manager. So we don't know the exact sales manager. Which product category has the highest sales value? So here we can see the application of two categorical variable. One is sales manager, another is product category. So we want to see the sales manager that contributed his utmost effort to sell a particular product category most. To do so, we will require the Python code for cross tabulation. So we will go to ChatGPT and ask ChatGPT the thing. So you can see I write, give me a Python code of cross tab for two categorical variables and a visualization of the cross tabulation. So you can just hit enter. So here you can see the codes. At first you can see that ChatGPT imported pandas, matplotlib and Seaborn that you have already dealt with. You can see it created example data. We do not need it, but we need at first this line of code to make a cross tabulation for our two categorical variables. You can see the cross tab variable within which the cross tabulation is loaded, and the dot cross tab Python method is used, which is derived from the pandas library. That is why you can see the pd dot cross tab is written to make the cross tabulation of the two categorical variables. And within the function, you can see that two categories are defined by filtering out the categorical variable from the data frame. So we can just easily copy the line of code, go to Jupyter Notebook, paste it here, make some revisions. At first, it will be final underscore df. So we'll revise df wherever we can see by final underscore df. Our first category is sales underscore manager. If we go to the data and check it, yes, sales underscore manager, and our another categorical variable name is category. So we'll replace it by category. Now if I copy and paste it here, you can see our cross tabulation chart. So from the cross tabulation, you can see the sales manager, this first sales manager contributed most to clothing and games type products. You can see that Othello Boes, our sales manager, who contributed most to appliances and electronics product. So this way you can measure and identify the sales manager who contributed to which product category the most. However, let's visualize the result. So for visualization, you can see that as per our command, ChatGPT provided us the code. Here is the code. So of course, the code at first defines the figure size, then it uses the heat map. So heat map is another type of visualization and specifically used to visualize the cross tabulations type data. However, it is derived from the Seaborn. As you can see, the SNS is used, within which we can see at first the cross tab, which is the variable that includes our cross tabulation result. it defines the anode is equal to true. Here the anode means the numbers here you can see by 228 will be shown to on our graph, and the C map or the color map is yellow, green, blue. That means the higher the number is, the more the color will be blue, and the lower the number is, the more the color will be yellow. And for medium, the color will be green. And after that, you can see the title is set, X level and Y level is set, and finally the dot show method is used to show the plot. So if we copy and paste it here, and we have to just change our category name. So our category 2 was our product category, right? So we'll write here product category, and our category 1 was sales managers. So now run the code. So here you can see the heat map. So from the cross-tabulation heat map, you can easily identify that which sales manager contributed most to which particular product category. So you can see that our first person or first sales manager contributed to the clothing and games and appliances. Maximaro, sales manager who contributed most to clothing brand. Othello Boys contributed most to appliances. But if you choose a particular product category, suppose smartphones, you can see Othello Boys contributed to the most. If you select electronics, you can also see that for electronics product category, Othello Boys contributed more, and for clothing, you can see that our first Tumasian sales manager contributed highest. So in this way, you can make some very good insights from your data. Proceed to the next. In the next question, you can see it asked, in which country did a particular sales representative achieve the highest sales volume? So it is actually asking for number of sales a particular sales representative made in a country. And so it's a very easy thing as well. We just need to copy this one. At first, to create the cross tabulation, I will rename it to crosstab for sales underscore rep, and I will replace this by the sales underscore rep cross tabulation. We have to change our categorical variable name to sales representative, and here we want to see the country, right? The performance of sales representative by country. So we defined it by country. Now if we run the code, here you can see a very huge cross tabulation, and in most countries you can see the 0. However, we can make it more simpler if we visualize the data in our heat map, right? So if we create a new cell and plot the data in our heat map, to plot it, we have to make sure we are replacing the cross tab by our cross tab underscore sales underscore representative wherever we can see it. So everything is okay. Just we need to rename the X level, so which is our country in our case, and our sales representatives. Now run the code. So here you can see that for a particular country, the performance of sales representatives, you can see in Denmark, there are Karo Morfight and Olin Magnus are the sales representative who contributed the most. If you select the France, in France, you can see Anita Wokes, our sales representative who contributed to the most. And in Portugal, you can see Crystal Halls, our sales representative who contributed the most. So this is how you can make cross tabulation and can derive some significant insight very easily with the help of Python and ChatGPT. That's all. Thank you.